What are you doing? Good morning, everybody. Today I thought we would talk about what it's like doing van life with a dog. Hey, want to make a video about you today? Hey, Disco, you want to make a movie all about you? She's like, whoa, hold on a minute here. Hey, you want to make a movie just about you today? All about you? You cool with that? Alright, let's get this day started. The first thing we do is move from where we parked the night before, drive up the street somewhere, right here is right beside a park, and take the dog for a pee. Disco's got his food and water. Time to go get me my morning food and coffee. And when choosing a place to have my morning coffee, because I do leave the dog in the van, I always like to choose a spot where, you know, I can see him from the window. Usually when I'm out of the van, he sits on my front driver's seat, for the most part looking so damn adorable. Normally in the mornings I would find a coffee shop on a nicer day, it's kind of gloomy outside today, that had some tables and chairs and stuff out front, and me and the dog would have just sat outside and had our morning coffee together, and normally he would have just slept at my feet. Or today, if it wasn't so gloomy, we would usually just sit, there's a little bench and stuff right there, we would just sit there and enjoy some time, and he likes that. And if you got a dog, I would suggest if you're in the van, just keep him outside of the van as much as you can. There's a few things you need to keep in mind when leaving your cat, dog, whatever you got traveling with you in your vehicle, unattended alone. Every place you go to, whether it be in the States, in Canada, different province, there's going to be policies about leaving animals alone in a vehicle. Here in the province of BC, in Canada, we have a policy stating that you're not allowed to leave your animal in a vehicle on a summer day, and that's just common sense. But a part of that gives the average bystander the legal right to smash your window if they feel like your animal is in distress at all. Here's the problem. There's always going to be that one person who's going to be overly paranoid about everything, that freaks out that you left your dog unattended in a vehicle alone, thinking there's not enough oxygen in your car or your van for your dog. Listen, people, if me and the dog can sleep in here all night long and still have tons of oxygen, I'm sure when I'm not in it taking his oxygen, he can last a pretty damn long time, especially on a day like today where the temperature is super cool and it's raining out. Some common sense stuff about leaving your animal unattended in a vehicle would be, and I don't think I need to tell you this, if it's too warm in your vehicle for you, don't leave your dog or cat unattended in it, because you're gonna kill it. Simple as that. Anyway, I want to show you what I do to keep those annoying people from causing problems, because people just like to cause problems sometimes. I'm going to show you how I keep them from knowing I got a dog in my van when I'm not in it. Okay, at the dollar store, I picked up this little foam board stuff. It's just a super thin little foam board, and it's nice because it's black, and the cool thing is, when this thing is in the window, it looks like it's window tint from the outside, because the glass window itself makes this look glossy, and it just looks like I have blacked out windows. And here's what I did with them. I pretty much just took the window, put this on the outside, traced it out, and cut this out so it fits right in the window. Now, I know this doesn't go all the way to the top, and I probably will in time find something better than just this piece of cardboard, but for the most part, it works really awesome from the outside, and all I'm gonna do right now is cover the both side windows. For the most part, when I'm just going in and out of a few places, this is all I really do. It just kind of keeps that person that's walking by from not really paying attention and just kind of going about their own way. Disco usually sleeps on my seat. He's not a really tall dog, so without having to like sneak up and look over the window, you can't see anything on my front seats anyway. But there are some events that I do go to, like weddings and stuff, where the van will sit there for a fair amount of time. I usually try to poke my van nose in somewhere so my windshield's against a wall, and if I feel it looks safe, I'll leave it with just the side windows. But what I also did is I picked up some more of this foam board for those days when I just want to black out the van. And these ones here I simply just take up, prop in my window. That holds them all in, and from the outside you can't see nothing in here, and it just kind of keeps my dog, which is back there sleeping right now, keeps him in here alone and protected, and not having that weird annoying person that's gonna smash your window and wreck your day. It's a little wet outside. This little window covering idea I got at the dollar store when I was just randomly walking around one day turned out to be pretty good. These were like $1.50 or $1, I don't even remember, but they're pretty awesome and they're cheap enough so when you wreck them, just go get another one and cut it up. This plan in my head when it came to making this video for you and taking the dog out, getting some cool footage of him and introducing you to Disco and talking about traveling with an animal and what it's like for me being in a van for the last 6 weeks, and there's his butt, and living with the dog. But as you can hear with the rain pelting off the roof, the weather is pretty nasty out there. There's been some thunder and lightning, so I think I'm just gonna stay in the van and finish this video. This video also might not be very helpful for some dog owners because I do myself own an English Bulldog, which is probably not like any other dog on this planet. Your dog probably likes to go out and do active things where that, to my dog, is considered sports. Holy crap, listen to this. Yep, it's raining outside, that's for sure. I want to introduce you to Disco. I know I said a little introduction to him a little earlier on, but figured on a rainy day, now's a good time for a real thorough introduction. This is my 6-year-old English Bulldog named Disco, and this is what Disco does best. been a super awesome companion on the road with me, and a bundle of heat when we're snuggled up at night. Maybe that's why I haven't needed a heater so much, because this little guy just is so good. He's like a hot water bottle that just never cools down. If you're traveling with an animal, they are going to completely love it because you're going to be outside more than you were inside. Obviously, on a day like today, the outside options are there. We could go out and do whatever we wanted. I'm not really in the mood to get soaked or walk around with an umbrella. So today is going to be an inside day. Your dog is definitely going to have the time of his or her life, and or if you have another animal. I met a gentleman that parks just down at the beach where I frequent quite often. He has a cat in his little cute little thing he lives in, and the cat never wanders very far from his home, and it's super cute, and he loves the companionship of it. So if you're the kind of person that needs companionship, adding a little furry friend might be a great option for you. It's pretty loud. Let's open up the side door and see how nasty it really is. Van life with an animal has its ups and it has its downs. My downside I have with him is that he is not overly active. So if I wanted to go for a hike or go somewhere adventurous and take off for a super long walk around the city, I can't. Disco has a very short, probably 15-minute radius of walking, and he's done. I'm actually thinking about getting him a little wagon. I've seen them at Walmart and Costco, but they have hard rubber tires. I'd like to find one with like air-filled tires so we can kind of go on all different terrains. But it'd be kind of nice to go for some long walks, and when he gets tired, I just throw him in the wagon and drag him. I'm going to wrap up this video with answering some questions and also addressing some things that people have asked me about living with a dog in the van. What do I do with him when I'm at work? Okay, I'm a DJ, so I actually work at nighttime, so the temperature in the van is a lot cooler and safer for him. So I'm hoping that maybe we can get some summer months where the temperature is a little bit nicer at night, where I can leave him in the van and still yet go DJ. But on those hot and warm nights, I am gonna get myself a puppy sitter to watch him in all the different places that I DJ, and puppy sitters are actually very easy to come by. There's an app called Rover. It's like Uber for puppy sitting. You pretty much enter in all the information about your animal and all your care instructions you want for your dog. But when you're looking for a puppy sitter, like right now, if I were to click it here in Vancouver, there'd probably be 50 different puppy sitters around the city, and all of their availability is on the app. It's actually pretty cool. So if you're a dog owner and traveling through Canada or the US, check it out. It's called Rover. I'll try and put the link down in the description for you. And you know what? It's pretty affordable. For me to leave Disco with a puppy sitter for the night is usually about $20 to $30, depending on where you're at and the kind of services they offer. Puppy sitters can also, on that app, offer you, pet grooming and baths and whatever else that you need. So my option is, when it comes to hotter weather or days that I just can't leave him in the van, I'm gonna get him a puppy sitter. The way I look at it is, if I'm gonna go DJ for a night and make myself a handful of money, to spend another $20, $30 to know that my little homeboy right here is safe and sound and has company for the night, it is worth every single penny. The other question I get a lot is, what do I do when I'm out of the van for extended periods of time? What do I do with the dog? Do I just leave him in here for hours and hours on end unattended? Yes and no. Most of the places that I DJ, I have access to my van on where I am. Sure, I might be lucky because of the line of work I have. I got freedom to choose where I park, and you know what I mean? I have time to play a track, a longer song, like 6 minutes, and then I can run outside and take Disco for a pee, which I do quite often. Like when I'm doing a wedding, those wedding days can be very long. They can be like 10 to 12 hours long. So usually I will tire him the hell out before we even go. I'll get to the venue early, I'll set up, then have an hour with Disco before I have to start DJing. So I'll make sure he's super tired, and as you can tell, even after a full night's rest, this is what he does all day. So for me, I got the luxury of having a lazy dog, so him in the van, I don't even worry about him at all. I know he's just sleeping anyway. But I do come out of my events usually a couple of times in the night, take him out for a quick pee, and there is definitely a few times where I'll come outside and this guy won't even wake up to go pee. I'm like, all right, screw you, I'm going back in. But anyway, guys, just travel safe with your pets, be smart with your pets, and don't do stupid things. Get some common sense, that's all it is. Really? Trying to end the video and here's him snoring. You know, we talked about you in the video. Thanks for hanging out with us on this nasty rainy day here in Vancouver. Disco is probably super excited that I'm ending this video so I can just shut the hell up and he can get a good afternoon sleep. But thank you guys, you're awesome, you're beautiful, and I am loving every minute of this YouTube process thanks to you guys. Adios till next time.